can I apply for legal status without any status right now? Because the default rule, the law is that you have to have some kind of non-immigrant status in the meantime to, make sure you have not failed to maintain your status, except there are some exceptions. I can share right now that you probably already know the most common is getting married to a US citizen, a spouse, okay? But it depends. The next step after you file a petition really depends if you entered United States with the visa or not. Because if you entered without a visa, the next default rule is that you need to apply for a waiver. Of course, the government is not going to tell you if you need a waiver. That's up to you and you consulting with a lawyer, not a notario or like a consultant, someone in your community knows about immigration. They can have a lot of knowledge and maybe help some people file it. I have a lot of people that call our office and see, just because I know them in the community and I know they're trying to help people, it can get a little dicey if they don't know the law, of course. Even if you enter without a visa, there are other ways that you can stay here for the interview, if it even requires one anyway. And so, whether you're married to a spouse or not, let's say you have a petition filed on your behalf before April 30th, 2001. Okay, this is a law called 245I, and this is what we call grandfathered provision signed into law by President Clinton back in the day, 1994. So just because I'm sharing this information, don't think I'm that old in terms of having all that knowledge, but it's very important to know the history of immigration and the laws in the United States so that we can help you. Okay, because for example, like citizenship, the laws about citizenship has changed not that often recently, but the last time was the year 2000, and people might qualify for being an automatic citizen, but it depends on when you were born, for example, and among other requirements. But let's see here the first comment. What about immigration reform? The people who work so hard and pay taxes should get their green card. Mark, I definitely agree with you. Okay, I acknowledge there's a lot of people who call in who don't maybe not married to a U.S. citizen or resident even, because first of all, marriage is a difficult. Picking the right person is a difficult choice. Okay, and let alone it'd be kind of awkward. I don't know how that worked. Like, hey, by the way, do you have legal status? Right? That's typically not the first. I would think that's not the first thing you ask in the first couple of dates, but who knows? But yeah, I agree about your concern, Mark. I definitely understand that. I think there's been talk about articles that say there's at least 8 million people undocumented who need status. That's a thing, folks. Like Texas, all these other conservative states suing the administration about DACA, saying that it's a huge cost to the state. I don't think so. Okay, it's actually they're providing increasing the tax base, paying taxes locally, not just to the IRS. So I can talk about that kind of stuff all day. But reform, yeah, that's a huge topic. I'm probably going to record one. Congress alert with to get emails every time there's some kind of update with reform. So here, this is in the House of Representatives. This is called the Eagle Act of 2022. Representative Zoe Lofgren has introduced bills pretty much every year, the past couple years at least, related to immigration. And this shows but one of them is to see the co-sponsors. Okay, I like to see how if other people support this. There's at least 83 people. That's great. There's 8 Republicans here that are for it. I don't believe there's one on the Senate side. It should say if there is one, a companion bill, but typically there's not one on the other side. I'm never been a politician, so I don't know, but typically there's not one on the other side until this particular bill is passed. But that's just a snippet of how I share the content with y'all. So if you're new to our channel, please subscribe down below and share with your friends. And if you enjoy the way I share the content, please smash the like button. Tahani, can undocumented person stay 10 years and get I think you're saying cancellation or removal. Okay. See your second comment, cancellation of deportation at the court. And can the lawyer ask without USCIS moving the case? I think if I can understand, you're welcome to add more information here in the comments, Tahani. But when you say USAS, it sounds like you have an application filed to them. Is it a 485? When we do represent clients for cancellation removal in court, the formal name is removal proceedings. This is, as you know, you have to have 10 years. And that 10 years has to be before you receive this notice to appear in court. It's called NTA for short. Okay. And it could happen that the 10 years can get cut short. I don't know, I did quotations, but the 10 years can get cut short when certain crimes happen by a certain time period. So this just is not just the NTA. That's something you might want to consider. It sounds like you do have a lawyer, possibly. If you have a spouse who's a resident, Tahani, or even a U.S. citizen, maybe that's in your situation. Number one, that person would be what we consider qualifying relative for the benefit of your cancellation removal case. There's a form out there called 42A or 42B. But if you do have one of those relationship types, then you might want to consider filing I-130. Okay, maybe you did already, because even if you're eligible for the cancellation removal, what we do as a law firm, a team law group, we like to we offer all the legal options. Okay, and we recommend taking advantage of as many of those legal options as possible that you're eligible for. And the reason why is because, in general, if you have a case in court, but you could file and be eligible for a petition through a spouse, I would choose through the spouse. Okay. Because number one, if you get order removed, there's no going back to the one. I mean, you can still use that petition, but then you're going to have to wait outside the United States. You can't just hang out in America because even when you file that 485 adjustment of status application, they're going to say, well, buddy, you have this removal order and you got to follow the removal order. You got to go outside US. So I would hate for people, and I've heard this, people have wasted money and time to file that 45, and that's what, 1225, $1,225. I remember all this weird math. Best lawyer. I don't know about that, but I appreciate it, Junior. There's a lot of great lawyers out there. We're just out here just trying to share as much useful information as possible. Can you travel to US? You have B1, B2. It's possible. Yes, you can certainly travel to the US, but what I think your actual question is, can you travel and then overstay? I cannot advise that kind of answer on YouTube, but what I can tell you is that we have several clients who have done something similar and have been eligible for everything and had a valid visa and able to adjust status in the US. But I cannot answer specific to you because that would be considered legal advice. So the best thing to do, Chiku, is give us a call. Or the other way, y'all, is if you don't have time right now to give us a call or text us, that's completely understandable. Maybe at night, you go to our website, greencardguys.com. Let me show you how you can get to it. All right, go to our link here and then click on Contact Us. Take quiz, answer a few questions. All right, just a few, not too many. If you have a denial letter or something you want to share with us, you can upload it, and it should take you to the next page to self-schedule your own free 15 minutes. So we try to make it as easy as possible for you, and then our CARES team will call you. If you have WhatsApp or something, you're not here in the US, please let us know in those extra comments in the description box so we know that. We do offer it on our website. It doesn't have all of them because we have like 20 plus to address all the common immigration problems. But we do have these free guides on our website. Check it out. Just on the footer, on the end of the page there. And we have one specific about mandamus lawsuits. If you're suffering from unreasonable delays for your case, you might think it's unreasonable and you're frustrated with it, but it might not be. So just give us a call. We'll see if we can tell you if it's unreasonable or not. You might not like our answer, but we're not able to file a lawsuit to push your case for every case just because it's not what we consider unreasonable timing yet, or what the government considers that to be unreasonable. Our WhatsApp number is this one right here. Okay, 346-330-5888. I'll leave that up there so you can find us there. Okay, the secret code. Let me share that with you. Okay, that's the benefits of hiring a law firm. Green Card Guys, the secret code. You could have guessed it. And there's a lot of benefits here that people really care about, but many law firms are not intentional. We had meetings about this practically every day. I don't know if my team likes that or not, but I hope they can appreciate how, and y'all appreciate that we file cases in a timely manner as best as possible. There could be times where you still need to collect certain documents, and we understand that, but we want people to know that we understand that you need status as soon as possible. We cannot control the government processing time, but we can control our own internal processing time. We can file the default is max in terms of 30 days from the time you hire. We onboard you the same day. However, if you want to file even sooner, it really requires a lot more teamwork, collaboration with you. And so we can file as soon as 15 days. Of course, there's an extra fee for that, kind of like the government has their own premium processing. But that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, folks, let me see if you don't have any other questions for now. It's completely understandable. And until next time, folks, have a wonderful day.